Alright guys, Everton have just beaten Burnley by 3 goals to 1 in a game where Burnley lost the game in a 5 or 10 minute spell. Well, ironically, it was straight after they went 1-0 up. In the first half, there weren't many out and out chances. I think Doucouré had a decent chance where Nick Pope saved it, and I think Brownhill also had a half chance where he didn't have much of the goals to aim at because there were 3 Everton players in the way. But Burnley were probably the better side in the first half, and in the second half they got the goal through Ben Mee, header on his, I think it's his 200th Premier League appearance for Burnley. So, well, he's been at the club for, well, how long have they been in the Prem now? 2016, but there was also a year in 2014, I think, where they came up and went straight back down again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his 7th Premier League season at Burnley. Now that's quite a lot for one player, considering it's over 8 years as well. But yeah, Everton responded to this quite well. I thought Rafa Benitez was very smart to make a tactical change in going from 3 at the back to 4-3-3. I think he noticed that Burnley's threat wasn't really coming through Barnes and Chris Wood. It was more from set pieces, so I think he realised it was pointless having the 3 centre-backs on the pitch, as well as being 1-0 down as well. You need to attack more, which Everton did straight away. Burnley defensively, after they scored, just weren't all there really. There were too many times where Charlie Taylor at left back went too far forward, meaning that Ben Mee had to move over to the left hand side. James Tarkowski had to move with him to try and play a central role, and that sort of left Matthew Lowton alone with 2 players in Richarlison and Damari Gray. And also Lucas Digne when he went forward as well. So they were outnumbered when trying to defend by the attacking players completely. And the first goal actually came from didn't come from like a counter attack. It came from a cross from Andros Townsend. And for some reason, I found it a bit weird why Ben Mee was the player closing Andros Townsend down when the cross was happening. He should be one of the players in the box. And Michael Keane, former Burnley player, actually, I think he was Ben Mee's centre-back partner for 2 of the, how many seasons did I say? 7 seasons that he's played in the Prem for. He got the equaliser, free header, poor defending, and yeah, that made it 1-1. And then Everton didn't stop there, went straight on the attack again. This time Andros Townsend running forward with the ball and scoring one of the goals of the season so far, definitely. Just whipped it into the top left corner. And the thing with Townsend is consistency's always been the problem. He's a quality player, but he always seems to score 1 wonder goal a season and then sort of that's him finished. That is the problem with Townsend. He's done it for Palace. I remember there's been seasons where he scored that wonder volley against Manchester City in the 3-2 win in, might have been January 2019 or December 2018, I can't remember. He also scored a very good goal in 2017 against West Brom, brilliant solo goal. there's been others like his free kick for Newcastle against, I can't remember who it was against, but it was just after he signed for Newcastle because he was only actually there for 6 months, I think. They got relegated that season. But he scores so many great, well, not even so many, he just scores a couple of, at maximum, great goals a season, and then that's usually him finished. He just needs to maintain like performances like tonight, and then he should have a good season. But that's what he's failed to do throughout his career, really. So yeah, that's the thing with him. And then Everton went forward again and got a third. This time, what I was saying about Burnley's defence being stretched because they're playing four up against a three with two attacking midfielders and fullbacks that are pushing on. So you can't allow in a 4-4-2, especially where there's no holding midfielder. You can't allow your fullbacks to go too far forward, which Burnley did, and it left too many open spaces for Damari Gray and players like him to run into. Abdoulaye Doucouré played a brilliant pass through Damari Gray, one-on-one, back of the net, and that made it 3-1. Everton then went forwards again and got a fourth, but it was ruled out for offside. It was put in the net by Abdoulaye Doucouré, but he was just a little bit offside. And Burnley also did score towards the end through James Tarkowski. It was given offside, but there was only one replay. I don't think I saw it properly, but to me it looked like there were two Burnley players offside, but Tarkowski wasn't one of them. So I don't know if they were blocking the keeper, which if they were, then that's fair enough. But Tarkowski sort of looped it over everyone into an empty net, and yeah, that would have given Burnley some hope, but it was given offside. They did VAR check it, so I'll trust VAR in this case because so far this season VAR have been pretty spot on from what I've seen. Like there have been some big calls that they've had to make, like the handball in the Liverpool-Chelsea game, Reece James, they got that spot on, I think. It was a definite penalty, and he has moved his hand slightly towards the ball to stop it going in, so it was a red card. But enough about that game. It's completely irrelevant to tonight's game. Everton have won 3-1, and they've had a solid start to the season. I don't know where they are in the table now, but they've got to be pushing top four if they're not in it already. But yeah, brilliant start to the season from Everton. Burnley, they're in the relegation zone, but they usually find a way to accumulate enough points to stay up. And I think they probably will again this season. And Damari Gray is looking like the bargain of the summer. £1.6 million is incredible. You could argue he's already paid it off with his performances over the last month, really. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.